And actually, there were no sound. So just, and each one is just 30 seconds or so. So just watch. Okay, that's the end of the first video. And it was just a joke, but just imagine that you have $10 and then you are joining in this game, and it is a coin tossing game. So if you can get a head and if you can get a tail, yeah. And I will show you the next one. So how can we have such a game? And in fact, yeah, we have such a game. And let me explain why we have such a game. From the basic finance theory or sometimes the early class in the calculus, you know the present value of some money in the future. So we usually draw a drawing like this. So there is a say $1.1, and this is your some point in future, and this is the present. And do you so of course we have to apply some interest rate here. By applying the interest rate, we say that this is just $1. So I think everyone understand what it means. So we have $1 in present time, and that money is actually equivalent to the $1.1 at some future time. But how could it be possible? How could it be possible? And to these things to be possible, you need a bank. So you put your money, $1, in a bank, and then later you get $1.1, depending on the interest rate. And actually what I showed you is just this one. So you put $1, and in my case, it was $10, and I toss a coin, and you get $11 or $11. And actually this is exactly the same thing as this one. So I did not say that the time difference between the money when the time when you put your money on your desk and the money you will get. So say this is just 3 years. Then it makes sense, even though the interest rate is so low these days. So everyone can understand, if you put $10 in your bank, then you will get $11, no matter when the economy is in the boom or the economy is in the recession. And that's the promise of the bank. Then so you understand that, okay, then I'm gonna join in this game. But if you wanna join in this game, then there must be someone who takes your position. So I said, you put $10 here, and then you will get $11 in the future. And that means you are in a long position. You put your money first, that fixed amount of money first. That means you are in a long position. Then there must be a person who is in a short position. That short position person means that I want to borrow $10 from a bank. So this is from the perspective of the long position. I want to borrow. Yeah. Borrow $10 from a bank, and I promise to pay back $11 at the end of my loan, no matter what happens. Of course, in this game, we assume that there is no credit risk. Of course, in reality, there are chances that some might default, but in this theoretical world, we do not have such a thing. And some students might say, well, that's just the academic theory. Well, that's just the academic theory, and this is just a model. But this is the most basic fundamental models of all finance. And then once you understand what's going on here, and then later then you can relax some assumptions. For example, there is no credit risk, but I want to assume some credit risk here. So this is the very first step of learning the financial engineering. So we just assume that there is no credit risk. And once you understand all the details of the financial engineering theory, then you may relax some of the assumptions, like, what if we have some credit risk? Then based on the model you have learned, you can modify your model to accommodate the reality and to make better products or make better pricing models and something like that. So just, at this stage of learning, you have to believe me, and you need to believe me, and there is a world. You need to believe that there is a world, like this one. So we say that, the putting the money here is possible, but you can also borrow the money from someone else in this game, and then promise to pay back $11 in the future. So, for example, you can borrow $10 from this hypothetical world now, and then you can go to the stock market and buy the Samsung stocks, the Samsung Electronics, and after this the bad period, the price might goes up. Then you just buy a stock with your $10, but maybe it could be later $20. Then you can pay back the principals and interest, and you will still get the $9 left in your money, in your pockets. So that's the reasoning why we are involving in these kinds of games. So you can put your money, or you can borrow the money. So that is those two are all possible situations, right? And then I'm gonna move to okay. That's my question. So now you understand the first game very easily. That was a very simple game. Now we are going to have the second game. So when head shows, you will get $22, and if tail, you will get nothing. That means you lose all your money in this question mark here. So how much money will you put on this question mark? And the probability of getting a head is a half, and probability of getting a tail is also a half. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. And actually, there's no answer. I just wanted your opinion. So, how much do you wanna put in this the second game? And by sending me the question mark here. So just guess. And actually, I don't know who sent me the questions. So it is totally anonymous. So yeah, just okay. No, not this question mark. I mean, ask a question like the less than 22. Okay, that's great. So at the bottom, you will get $22 at maximum, and you might lose all your money, which means you got nothing. So it should be less than 21, but greater than 0. So just remember that in the first game, so remember your first game here. I might ask you something like this. It's 11 and 11. And how much are you going to put here? And now we said, this is just 10. And it is also possible you can get in this, you can put your money here, or you can take this money out for your business. Now the second game is 22 and 0. So how much do you want to put here? Okay, let's see your opinions. Okay, 11. Okay, 11. Oh, that's pretty honest answer. Because I said that it's a half, it's a half. So the usual guess is this one. So we are going to calculate expected value, and then we are going to pay for that. But I will make a comment on your betting. So 11 is good. Oh, 11.9. Really? So, well, let me say I'm gonna change the number a little bit. So for example, it's not just 22, it's 22억, and it's 0. And this is just a one-time game. So how much money do you wanna put here? You wanna put 11.9억, and then of course you can get 22. I don't know yet. Let's say 22 billion, but you might lose all your investment. So are you sure to put 11.9 here? Or are you sure, even though the expected value is 11, are you sure to wanna put 11 here? But of course, there are lots of different people. And some people feels that, oh, I like this kind of things, and somebody wanted to put lots of money here. But for some people, well, I don't play a gamble. So just, didn't play this game. And that's, absolutely fine. So 11.9 or $1. Okay. But how about, so think about in this way. This one was absolutely okay. So you can put your money, or if you need the money, then you can borrow $10 and buy Samsung, for your investment, and later you pay back. But for these kind of things, let's suppose that this is just $1. Okay, I don't know who put the $1 here, but do you really want it to take your $1 as your loan? And your loan is very different from the usual loan. And so maybe you don't have to pay back anything, but you might pay $22 just for your 100 the $1 loan. So do you think it is reasonable, or yeah, I don't know, yeah, the appropriate word? So this is too low. So maybe 11.9. Well, some people might say, well, I take this value and then I'm gonna buy the Samsung with this price. And then maybe Samsung stock price might goes up to $30. Then I can pay the 22 and get $8 left, or the 11.9 might with this money I'm going to buy the Samsung stock, but instead of going up, it might goes down to $5. But if the coin shows me a tail, then I don't have to pay anything. I still have $5. That's also a possible story. So what I'm trying to say is, it cannot be too low, it cannot be too small, and it must be some value. And actually, that value really depends on the person who are the people who is looking at this product from his or her own perspectives. So actually, there is no answer, and the prices are all different for all different different people. So $1. Okay, 10.9. Yeah, that's reasonable. Oh yeah, that's the person. Yeah, I don't want to take a risk anyway. Yeah, that's the usual people. But I said, we have to do this in this hypothetical world. So we just you really do not lose anything. Yeah, we are just in a thought experiment. So we are not playing game with the real money. We are just pretending that there are some money and I can borrow something, and we are trying to understand the world. And actually, that was a very good question. So if there is no restrictions, as small as possible. But of course, there's no restrictions. But if that price is too low, then there is no the counterparty who are willing to take that the short position. So again, so this is the question mark, this is 22, and this is 0. And if you decide to put some money here, then still you are in the long position of this game. And if you want to take this question mark value if you want to borrow, and actually that's not borrowing, but we say that, so that's the better word. It's in a short position. So I'm going to take a short position of this product. That's the way we, so that's why we use the long position and short position instead of investing money or the borrowing money. So long position is someone who are going to put the fixed value amount of money, and long position is someone who are taking that fixed amount of money and then see what happened in the future. So whether it might be bad, or for the people who borrow money in this amount, and this could be his success, because you borrow money and you don't have to pay anything. And should we consider both sides? Yeah. Put borrow. Okay, yeah. You have to consider both sides. So there might be some values, and actually that depends on, say, demand and supply. Okay, that's good. That is a very good discussion so far. So I'm gonna make this price for you. It's $9. I made that number. Actually, yeah, I can make that number different from the $9. So it could be $11, as yeah, some students might say, or it might be 11.9 or 10.9, and even it can be $1. That is all possible. But for the ease of computation, calculation, I'm gonna calculate yeah, some value with these numbers. So I found it the 9 is the very convenient number. So you don't have to agree with the 9 because later on, once you understand all these kind of things, you can put any numbers, not any numbers, but the above 10, above 0 and below 22, and everything still works fine. But I just chose the 9 as a price of these numbers, a price of this product. So in other way, you put $9, and when it the head shows the coin shows a head, then you get $22. So it was 9 and 22. So you get how much? Yeah, $13. So so once you put yeah $9, and that's gone, and later on you can get either 22 or 0. So if you got 22, then since your 9 was totally gone, after the math, yeah, you will realize that, well, I got 13. And in this case, you got nothing. You get nothing. So that means you lose yeah, $9. Okay, so this is, I just made this assumption. Now we can see this one. Yeah, before I explain this, isn't it nice to move all these yeah, products? And that's why I want to explain yeah, something about the video, how I make this video. Yeah. It is all written in Python. So now we have yeah, 3 games. The first one was the easy one. You put yeah, $10 and pay, you get $11. Or you borrow $10 and do something, and then later you pay back $11. Or in the second game, the 9, and it's actually yeah, here, 9, and it was 22 and 0. Now suppose that we have these 2 products already in this world, and everybody agrees with this price. So there are lots of people who wanted to put $10 and expect to get $11 later. And there is a lots of people who borrow $10 and promise to pay $11. And I don't know yet, the people who borrow $10, I don't know what he's gonna do with these monies, but this is just the finance market. And then there might be another real physical world, so that yeah, the borrower who borrows $10 can do some great business and then make lots of money. And then here, the second game is also, we assume that it is also available. So maybe some people are trying to do this, borrow $10 here, and then put $9 here, and then pray to be ahead. And then, and if he's very successful, then probably he can get lots of monies, because you just yeah borrow $10 and put $9 here, and then you will get with a half chance, you will get $22. And then you can pay back the interest rate and the principal, and you can get some money. Even if you start with nothing, you can just borrow money and put here. And that's the one way to make a profit. But of course, by doing that, you can make a profit, but you can also go to disaster. Now, once we assume that we have these two kinds of products, now there is a third one, and it pays you $22 when it goes up, and it pays you $11 when it goes down. Now here is the rule of this game. All three games are available. And then in the morning at 9 o'clock, you go to the finance market in this hypothetical financial market, and then you can borrow money as much you want, and then you can put your money as much you want. And then after the market ends at 3 p.m., and then the God comes in, and then the God toss a coin. And when that the coin shows a head, all these three games turns out to be a head. And then depending on how much you put here or how much money you borrowed from each one, you have to calculate all your profit or loss. And then go back to your home. And then tomorrow you are going to do this game again. And if the God shows the God's coin shows you a tail, then the three games shows the tail. And then based on the result, you calculate your profit or loss. Now, this is the biggest part. So the question that I wanted to ask you is that we are given these two products. Now, what should be the price of this third? So what should be the price of this third product? And you might say, well, it depends on the demand and supply. And you can explain in that way, but there is a totally different ways to explain how this question mark should be some specific number. And that's the very amazing way to explain the pricing of the derivatives. So before I go to that, I'm going to show you two more videos. And actually this can help you how to solve this kind of problems. So I think, yeah, I have played the pricing number 4. Okay, the pricing number 5, and I can play it. Okay, so this is for the price telling you the meaning of a long position. So usually the long position, I said the long position is someone is pay a fixed amount of money at front or in the end, and mathematically the long position is plus. So you can take just the +1 position. That means you are long 1 position, and you can also take 3 long positions. Then as you saw, you just multiply 3 to all these numbers, and then so you put $30, and then later you get 32, 33 or 33. And if the game is on the second one, then you may put $9 and then you get 22 or 0, depending on the outcome of the coin tossing. Now the short position. So it's, yeah, it might be confusing for the short position especially. But if you see the short position is denoted by negative value. So just the multiply -1 here and you get -10, -11, -11. And the interpretation of this one is, okay, you take $10 out of this game at first. And then after a period, you will be in this time, and then you have to pay back. So in some way, well, you can take the $10 out of here, and then after that, you have to make this value to be 0. So it is -11, so that means to make it 0, you have to add 11 here. So that means you have to return it back to the bank. And here is the same. And in this way, you can now understand what it means by making a portfolio. And that's the next video. At some point. Okay, so now you see the meaning of this one. So the +1 here is a long position of the first product, and plus 0.5 here means the long is another a half long position of the second product. And if you have these positions with two products, the end result is actually this one. And this one says, okay, if you put $14, and then when it goes up, you will get $27.5. And when it goes down, you will get $5.5. And by changing the position here, you can make it to +3, or even you can make it a negative value. So that's the way we make a portfolio from a product. So you can make your own products to make a new product. So now it's time to think that how can we value this one, 22 and 11. Now you have 10 and 11 and 11 and 9 and 22 and 0. And with these two, you can make, lots of payoff here. And if this one by multiplying some what I did plus 1 here, and then I multiply plus 0.5 here, and I made some new payoff. And if this payoff is exactly the same as this one on the right hand side here, then this question mark should be equal to this value. And that's the basic principle of making derive the price of a new product based on the given market prices. And that technique is called a replication. So I'm gonna give a last minute to drive this one. And then you need to make then you will be able to calculate the value of this question mark. Okay, so I'm gonna and actually so this is the final one, and for you I'm gonna make a copy of the URL for you. So that you can go to there, and actually this is the formula you need to know, and there are but so just calculate the value, and we call that kind of value is a rational value or equilibrium price or no arbitrage price, and that the price is exactly the same as the one derived from by the demand and supply in the perfectly competitive market. And actually that is the same, but we do not use the demand or supply concepts here, and we just make this the third product price by just combining the first and second one. So all you have to do is try to change this +1 and plus 0.5 with different values, so that the end result here and here is going to be 22 and 11. So now it's your, and if you know the answer, please send me here as your question, and we will wait until I see your questions. And if possible, somebody can explain why this should be, and this should be, in fact. Okay, let's not a break, but I want to see how you calculate these values. So I'm going to cover the camera for a couple of minutes. Okay, there is one answer. Well, he said 14.5. Well, might be. And I want you to practice. So by or just give me a question. Ask me a question, So if you cannot catch up, some part of my lecture today, just give me a, just ask me, and I'm trying to help you to understand what I'm trying to say. Or someone wanted to say with a microphone, then I think right now every microphone except me is closed. So if you wanna say something, turn it on and ask me if you don't like to type. And if you understand what I said, then you should try to make some equations to solve this problem. And I believe that, yeah, you probably can build that equations because that's the uh, middle school math. So you learn it already, and it is not so that difficult, yeah, equations. You just need to find two values. So how much you are gonna put on the first product, and how much you are gonna put your weight on the second product in order to get the outcome of the third product. And that is the verbal expression of my question. And once you are able to build that equations, then you can solve it. And then that solutions will give you, it will guide you to the final answer. And I want you really should be able to solve these problems, because if you cannot to solve these problems, then the next week's lecture, you will not be able to understand anything. This is just the basic uh, of what I'm going to talk in the future. And please show your response. So if you already solved it, then just, yeah, uh, give me a heart or a thumbs up or a cat. And if you are not able to solve it, then, yeah, press the question mark between heart and thumbs up. Okay. If you don't know how to solve it, yeah, yeah, the question mark, yeah. I will show you how to, yeah, solve these problems. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, that's so. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to solve this problem. So in our first product, it was 10 and 11 and 11. The second one was 9 and 22 and 0. Now the question is, this is 22 and this is 11. And how can we find the value of this question mark? And I told you that we can make a portfolio by just say, let's say this one times +1 plus the second one was it was 22 and then times 0.5. And by the way, this is not the mathematical formula. I just wanted to show you intuitively what I mean by making a portfolio. This is not the exact math. And in this case, the final answer, oh, actually it was plus, yeah. Answer was what? So I'm gonna, yeah, it's a half, so it's, wait. Oh yeah, final one was, it's 33, and no, it's 22. Oh, I showed you the answer. uh, let me see. Pricing. I still made a mistake in this video. I have to make it again. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the answer. I have to change it to the numbers. Okay. So what I wanted to show you is that in the video is that it was plus 0.5. It's plus, and then plus 9 and 22 0 times it's plus 1. That's what I wanted to show you in the video, but I put the wrong numbers here and here. So the final answer is a bit different. So yeah, 0.5 is just, yeah, take 0.5, the half, and here is 22, so it is going to be 27.5, and then this one is going to be 0.5, and then it's a half. So yeah, the video should be read in this way. And my question was actually try to modify these two numbers to find the outcome of 22 and 11. Okay. Okay, how can we set up this problem? So here is 11, here is 11, so it's 11 and 11. So we may think this is as a one vector, and here's 22 and 0. So here is 22 and 0. And this 0.5 and 1 is actually our variables. So maybe we can say this is x1 and this is x2. And then by adding these two, what I wanted to do is 22 and 11. So this is just a math in middle school. So it's 11x1 plus 22x2 is 22. And on the bottom, you have 11x1 plus 0x2 is 11. So so this is the first equation, this is the second equation, and from the second equation, since this is 0, x1 is 1. And now plugging this number to 1, then x1 is 1, so it's 11 plus 22, x2 is equal to 22. So x2 is, so it move it to the right and divide by 22, and you will get a half. So this is the way we find the weight x1 and x2 by just solving the systems of equation with two unknown variables. And the coefficient of this one comes from the output of the first product, and these two number comes from the output of the second product. And then we need to equate these two values to the outcome of the final products we wanted to find, for which we wanted to find the price. So now we find the x1 and x2. Now plugging in x1, x2 to the current value. So the current value of the current price of the first product is 10. So just put it the 1 here, and then it was 9, and then it's a half. Then this is going to be 15.5. 15.5. And this is the answer for the third product. Okay, if you have any questions on how to derive these numbers, then send me a question. So I can see where you have a question or not, with my other computer. So just send me your questions.